It's my honor to introduce a student who loves St. Francis College and embodies the Franciscan spirit that is ever present on the campus there. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to one of our finest graduating seniors, Student Government Association President Elizabeth Peralta. Elizabeth?
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Pisani. It means a lot. I'm a little nervous, but it's not because of the amount of people. It's because I never thought in my life that I would be able to stand right here in front of all the people who made my dreams come true. And so I'm a little emotional, but I'm also really grateful. And I also understand that no amount of words will ever be able to express how grateful I will be now and forever. But the only way I can tell you about it is through my experience. So, when I was 18, I had dreams of getting away, going to a big school, and so I applied to so many schools, and I got into every single one of them, NYU, Columbia, Catholic, every SUNY, and I picked my school, and 2 weeks before school was gonna start, I got a call. It was from the school, and they said, your loan didn't go through. And I pleaded with them. I said, is there anything you can do? And they said, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do, but maybe you can take a year off and try to figure things out. And just like that, I felt like my dreams went down the drain. But I applied to St. Francis, and not only was I accepted, but I was offered a very generous scholarship. So I went, but my first semester was miserable, but not because of the people, but because I wasn't fully embracing the community that was here. And then I met Brother Greg. And Brother Greg came up to me one day and he said, I see you coming to school every day. You come in, you do your work, and you leave. But why don't you give this place a chance before you give up on it? So I did, but why? I gave St. Francis a chance because every other school I went to was always trying to rush me out the door. But this was the first time somebody stopped me and tried to keep me in the building to embrace the Franciscan spirit that I always heard about. And that's when I met it. That's when I encountered it. Because the Franciscan spirit is a love for more than just the education, but for the family. The Franciscan spirit opened me to an array of opportunities that I would have never gotten anywhere else. And an example of this is, at 19 years old, I was awarded a fellowship at the Brooklyn Historical Society. So I was able to conduct my own research, present my own research, get paid to do my own research, and that's really important for college students, and have it displayed on a temporary exhibit for a whole year at the Brooklyn Historical Society. That's awesome. So, thank you. My friends, they go to other schools around the city, and I always hear them complain about being a number. But at St. Francis, I never felt that way. And the most beautifully painful experience of this was last year. So you've heard me talk about how much you've helped me and my dream. But the other thing you have to understand is that you helped my mother and her dream. A single mom with 8 kids, she never thought she could afford to send me to school. But by you giving me a chance, by you giving money to help me be here today, you helped her heal so many of the wounds in her life, so many of the hardships that she had to go through. And you gave her hope. You gave her everything that she thought she could never give me. So thank you for that. That's why last year was so hard. In the middle of finals, my phone kept ringing, and I answered, and it was the hospital saying that I had to rush there because, unfortunately, my mom wasn't gonna make it. So I went, and I wasn't ready for that, but who is? I mean, nobody's ready to lose the only parent they have. But I went, and because of that experience I had at the beginning of my college years, saying that they couldn't help me, so I should take a year off, I was ready to do that. So I called Dean Howell, who was the dean of students at the time, and I explained to her everything that was happening. And she stopped me and she said, "Stop. It's the end of the semester. Take a break. Take all the time that you need, but you're not leaving school because you're too good. Whatever you need will be there. Whatever you need will always be there." And it didn't stop there, because my professors, the brothers, they emailed me. They called me, a junior, a student, to say that they were with me in my pain. And it didn't even end there, because I could talk about faculty all day, but what was amazing was that my friends that I had just met in my philosophy class that semester, they traveled 3 hours to be with me at the funeral and to tap my shoulder and say, "I'm sorry." And that's when I knew, and one of them is actually here today, and I met her in philosophy class, and she's in the Student Government Association. Her name is Kim, but she came 3 hours, and 3 hours back just to be there for me. So St. Francis, for me, hasn't just been a place where I got an education. It is it's an amazing educational institution, but St. Francis is more than that. Because 4 years ago, I dreamed of being the student body president. But the truth is, I never believed that I could do it. But I met people here that changed my life, people who took me by the hand and said, "You can do this, Peralta." And they showed me everything. And now I am the student body president, and I'm graduating. Thank you. But my experiences here have been amazing, because every opportunity that no other student, I can tell you that because I have a lot of friends who go to different schools, had, so much so that I'm graduating, and I can kind of rub it in their faces, but I was invited to join the team at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. upon graduation. It was like my dream job, so I owe that to St. Francis. So you see the beauty of this place, that yeah, it's a college, but it's so much more. For me, it's my home. Is that we're a family. We're a family that continues to grow together. And the experiences that I've had, and this is going to be really hard, but all of you guys are my heroes, the people that are sitting in this room. I want to be like you when I get older. I would say when I grow up, but I'm pretty old. But because each one of you gave me a chance, and one day I want to be sitting where you are, so I can give another student an opportunity, another family hope, another person just the belief in themselves and the opportunity to be here at St. Francis College. And so the thing about St. Francis is that it's not a love of just St. Francis. It's a love of the world. It's a love that keeps giving back to everywhere. And so my 4 years at St. Francis have been filled with gratitude for you and for your gifts, but also for my fellow Terriers, because they helped me realize how beautiful life is in this community. Because when we succeed, we all succeed, and we help each other push forward more and more. And so that wouldn't have been possible without you. So you've seen your gratitude and what it's done from your generosity and what it's done for my life. So I wanted to invite my fellow Terriers up on the stage, because they're grateful. They've been impacted by your gifts and everything, like you've heard my story. So let's give a round of applause for all the students coming up. I think we can clap a little bit more, come on. Each one, take a good look because they're also really beautiful. Each one of the students on stage have been impacted by your generosity, and students to come will be impacted by your generosity. And so they wanted to say thank you by giving a small token of their appreciation. So thank you so much for everything you've done for me and for my friends. No, my family. Thank you.